Hi, welcome back to Firewall Life. Today I'm planning to demonstrate how to integrate Palo Alto Global Protect into Azure Active Directory. So using that, you can just manage your user accounts within Azure Active Directory, and also you can enable two-factor authentication for Global Protect using Azure Active Directory. So in this case, actually, let me go to my firewall. Within my firewall, I have Global Protect portal and the gateway configured, and at this moment I have authentication profile configured, which is based on the local database of the firewall. This is the local database, but my plan is to integrate with the Azure Active Directory. So let me go into Azure, and here let me go to Active Directory. This is the Azure Active Directory, and in order to implement this, we have to deploy a enterprise application called Palo Alto Global Protect. Here, let me go to enterprise applications. Here, at this moment, I do not have any enterprise applications. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create new application here, and you can just search Palo Alto. This is a Palo Alto Networks Global Protect. This is the application. You should click on that and then just create. Actually, this authentication is based on SAML, SAML authentication. So I'll show you how to integrate with Azure Active Directory step by step. So then you integrate your Global Protect, Palo Alto Global Protect with your Azure Active Directory. Okay, now my application has been deployed, and then I had to click set up single sign on. It started, and here I'm using SAML, and here you have to configure several things. So let me click on edit. Okay, here we have entity ID or the identifier, and here this is the pattern you can use. So let me get my own domain name, which is used or the FQDN in order to log into Global Protect. So let me get a notepad and replace required fields with my details. Let me increase the font size. Okay, so then let me replace this with my Global Protect details, https gp.firelife.com. This is my FQDN for Global Protect. Let me copy this and let me replace this with my FQDN here. Okay, gp.firelife.com. And before that, let me show you that when I'm trying to log into Global Protect, so I'm getting this window, and here I'm using my username hash and the password. So when I click connect, it should be connected without any issues. Actually, I just want to show you the difference between when I'm using Global Protect, Azure Active Directory for the authentication, and also the local database. When it comes to firewall, let me go to users. Here I do have that user, Mahesh, and here this is the user that I'm using in order to authenticate to Global Protect. So let me log out from this Global Protect here, disconnect. Actually, it's better I not disconnect but log out, because otherwise when I'm trying again, so I'll be reconnected again because it's cached. So let me connect it and let me logged out. Okay, so let me go to settings and let me sign out. Okay, now it's fine. So when I'm trying now, yeah, I'll be prompted with the username and the password. Okay, here I got my let me go here, and this is my identifier. So let me add it here. This is the identifier. Okay, then I have to add my reply URL. So this is the pattern. So let me copy it here, and let me put it here, and let me arrange according to my domain or my FQDN actually on the domain. This is my FQDN. Okay, so let me copy and paste it into the field, and here add reply URL. So that's done. And then here this is the sign-in URL. So sign-in URL is this simply the Global Protect FQDN. So let me put it here. Okay, that's fine. And now everything is fine, so let me save this. Okay, so everything has been saved. So what I can do is I can just download these details in XML file using this option, Federation Metadata XML. Let me download it here. So it has been downloaded. So what I can do is I can just log into the firewall, and then I had to create the SAML identity provider profile. I had to go to device tab, and I had to go to server profiles, and here you can find SAML identity provider. And actually at this moment I do not have any SAML identity provider, so let me import, and I can put whatever the name, SAML profile, and then let me browse, and this is the downloaded file which I just downloaded. And you have to remove this valid identity provider certificate. This option should be removed here, and it says okay, here actually this file has some invalid characters, so let me rename this file. Let me remove this brackets, and then let me open. Now it should be fine. Now it's fine. Let me click OK. It is being imported. Now it has been imported. Now it's fine. So then let me go to the authentication profile. This is my authentication profile, and let me edit the authentication profile. For the moment it's local database. Let me change it to the XAML, and then let me select my profile which I used. Here you have to put the username as the username attribute, then go to advanced and select all, and let me click OK. Now it's fine. Okay, so let's log into Azure portals. Now let me go back to the Active Directory. Actually we need to have a user database in order to access Global Protect, because when we try to access Global Protect using Active Directory username and the password, so then the Global Protect would authenticate against the Active Directory of Azure. So, and there's one requirement: if you need to have two-factor authentication for your users, you cannot have the basic Active Directory of Azure. You have to change the license. So at this moment the requirement is P2 license, but at this moment actually I have that P2. Let me show you here, Active Directory Premium P2. But if you do not have Premium P2, so what you can do is you can just log into Active Directory, and you can go to licenses, and then from here if you want to just test, you can get a free trial, and you can enable Active Directory Premium P2. So because in order to have two-factor authentication for your Global Protect using Azure Active Directory, you must have that license. So but at this moment I do have that. So then let me go back to Active Directory, and let me go to users, and let me add a user here. And I have default user, but I'm going to add another let's say a GP user here, a create user, GP user, and the name let's say GP user, and GP whatever the name you can use according to your requirement, and here the user. Okay, so then now let me put my own password here. Okay, and then let me create the user. Actually I have created one user. Let me refresh the window, and it should be appeared here. Now it has been appeared. And there's another requirement that you must but for the moment actually when it comes to two-factor authentication, what you can do is you can just use whether the Microsoft Authenticator or whether mobile number. I mean, you can have SMS or Microsoft Authenticator, email or whatever. But for the moment, actually, my mobile phone does not support Microsoft Authenticator. It's a whole iPhone. So actually, I'm planning to use my mobile number. I'm planning to get a SMS, to my mobile as a second factor. So in order to do that, I had to go to myapps.microsoft.com, and I'm just logging using the user just like I just created. Here actually I just logged in using my the previous user. Let me log in using my the just created user, that is GPA user. Let me copy it from here, it's easy. Let me copy. I'm just this is the URL. I'll type it here. You have to go to, after that you after creating the Active Directory user, you just go to my apps dot microsoft.com. This is the URL in order to add your mobile number. So let me paste it here again and show you myapps.microsoft.com. And then let me try to log in using my new user. Let me sign in with different account. So that is this user, the user that I just created. Let me paste it here. Let me click next. Okay, I'm entering my password. Okay, sign in, and it asks to change the password, because actually this is the user who is signing to his account first time, so he has to change his password. I'm changing the password. Okay, let me sign in. Okay, here it asks for the two-factor, but the problem is if you are going to click next, you would be prompted with the two-factor authentication using Microsoft Authenticator. But for the moment, since my mobile device does not support it, I'm not using it. Here it says starting with the Microsoft Authenticator. So in that case, I'm going back. I'm sorry that I'm getting this error, so it's okay. Let me go back again with my user, and I'm skipping it for now. 14 days until this is required. I'm just skipping it, and I'm just logging to my account, and I'm going here, and view my account. Okay, I'm skipping it for the two-factor authentication thing for the moment. And here what I can do is I can go to security info. I have to skip it again, and stay sign in. I just put no, and I'm adding sign in method. Here I'm putting my mobile number, phone number. I'm adding. Let me put my mobile number. Putting my mobile number. Okay, I'm getting the code here in order to register my mobile number. So I'm waiting for my SMS from Microsoft. I got it, 251099. Let me click next. Okay, it is being saved. It's done. Now it's done. I can just log out from here, sign out. That's fine. And then let me go back to Azure. And what I have to do is I have to go back to my Active Directory, and I have to go to users, and I have to click on per user MFA. Per user MFA. This is the next step. I'm just clicking on that, and you have to when you click, sometimes you would be prompted with a user account. In order to log in, you have to use your Azure administrator account. This is my Azure administrator account. Okay, here you can just select whatever the user. This is the user I need to enable two-factor authentication with. So I just select it, and I'm clicking enable, and enable multi-factor authentication. So it has been enabled. Multi-factor authentication has been enabled now. So let me close this, and now I can check my Global Protect two-factor authentication. Okay, so what I can do is initially let me try the Global Protect portal, gp.firewall.com. Let's check whether we can use Global Protect authentication. Okay, here I'm using I'm just getting my username. I think it's easy for me to copy and paste it here because it's somewhat lengthy. Okay, and then I'm putting my password. Okay, I'm logging. Authentication failed, invalid username or password. Okay, actually I did a mistake. I'm really sorry. Actually, even though I created my user within the Active Directory, I did not assign that user to my enterprise application, that is Global Protect. Let me go to my Global Protect application and let me go to users. Okay, here I have users here, users and groups, and I forgot to add my user into this Global Protect application. It is a must. You have to select it from here, and here we have two users. So I'm going to add this user, GP user, and select and assign. So now that should be fine. So now let me go back to my the Global Protect portal, and I think this is the window. And let me paste the username again, and let me enter my password. Okay, let me try. Still I'm getting the error, so let me check. Authentication failed, invalid username and password. Let me go back here. Actually, now we should be fine. I think I did another mistake. I think I did not commit my changes. So let me commit it. So I did two mistakes. One mistake is I did not assign that user the Global Protect, whatever the Active Directory user into the Global Protect application within Azure, and also I did not commit my changes into the firewall because I created SAML authentication profile and I assigned that profile into the Global Protect authentication profile as well. So let's wait for the commit operation to be completed. So once done, we'll try Global Protect again. Actually, I love troubleshooting within the session. Actually, I don't want to prepare beforehand and do that because actually when it comes to actual scenarios, we are getting these kind of errors. I think now you know that my issue. Previously, I did not create. I created a Active Directory user, but I did not assign that user to the Global Protect application. The first issue. Second issue is actually I did not commit my changes into the firewall. Now let's try. This should work now. Let me paste the username and let me enter my password again. Let me click login. Okay, so what I can do, let me close this and open it again. Let me copy this and I think since I just let me paste. Okay, now it's fine because actually previously I just I use the Global Protect FQDN without committing the changes to the firewall. Now when I enter my Global Protect FQDN here, I'm getting redirected into the Microsoft sign-in page. So this is the correct page. So here is the page where I should enter my username. So here let me go back to the Active Directory and let me copy the username users and let me copy it here. Let me paste. Okay, it's fine. And let me click next and let me enter my password, sign in, and see now I'm getting the two-factor. So it asks for the code. So when I click on that, you should be able to hear my phone. I think you heard the notification, right? I got the message. I got the message or the code for the two-factor 665. Now let me verify. Oh, actually I got an error. Okay. gpfirewall.com. People not found directory default directory. This can happen if the application was. Okay, actually I'm getting error. So let's try to Let's try to troubleshoot this. uh, let me go to my enterprise application, and let me go to let me open it, and let me go to single sign-on. And here, let's check with we are having any issues. Life.com. Okay, actually here what I have to do is here you can see it says https gp-firelife.com colon 443. Actually we had to mention the port number as well here, so let me edit. And actually I missed it because actually it is not mentioned here, but it is a must. So let me put 443 here, 443, and also here I had to put the 443. So just keep that in mind. Okay, that's fine. So let me save this. It has been saved, and let me go back to new window, and let me type gp.firelife.com. This should be redirected to the here. Since previously it was I entered my username and the password, I just prompted with the two-factor only. So here I should be able to get my two-factor now. So let's wait. I got it. It's 527031. Let's verify. It should work, and now it's working. And it asks whether I need to stay sign in. For the moment, I just no. And now you see, now I'm in the portal. So that means my Global Protect two-factor authentication with Azure Active Directory is working. So let's try to log into Azure portal as well. Not portal, but gateway. I'm putting my so let's wait. Let's connect. Now I should be able to get the Microsoft prompt here in order to put my Azure Active Directory username and the password. I'm getting it, and I'm putting my the username. Let me try paste here. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's GP user. Okay. Now let me click next. Let me enter my password. Let me click sign in. Then I should be able to get the mobile number to get the text. So let's wait for the message. I got the message. It says 037-986. Let me verify. Now I should be able to connect to the Global Protect. So let me open the Global Protect. Now it is connecting. Okay, we are done. So let me explain. Let me rush through the building blocks of this implementation. The initial thing is you have to configure Global Protect within your firewall, and then what you have to do is you have to go to Active Directory, and Active Directory the license should be the Active Directory license should be P2. Let me tell you the exact name. The Azure Active Directory Premium P2 in order to get the two-factor authentication, because otherwise if you are going to have default Active Directory, then you cannot have two-factor authentication. So that is the first requirement. And then within Active Directory you can create whatever your required user. And then after creating that, you have to go to enterprise applications, and you have to install Palo Alto Network Global Protect application. And within that application you have to go to set up single sign-on. And here you can as I explained, you can edit whatever the required fields here. So after that you can download the metadata XML here, and then you can import it into the firewall using, you have to go to device tab, and you have to go to SAML authentication identity provider, and here using import you can import the XML file here. So then profile would be created, and then you have to go to authentication profiles, and you have to change that local database into the SAML profile. And then you can since it is previously used, this authentication profile was used for Global Protect portal and the gateway, you don't have to change anything within the Global Protect. So that is that. So then you have to go to this URL, that is myapps.microsoft.com. So since you, I think you have already created this user, I mean this user, and then using this username and the password, you can log into this URL, and within that URL you can input your mobile number. So then after that you have to go to uh, Active Directory again and the users, and you have to click per user MFA. And when you ask for the username and the password, if it's going to be asked, then you should use the Azure administrator account in order to come to this page. And then you have to select whatever the user, and you have to enable, because previously it was disabled and I enabled it. So now it's called it. I have only option disabled. But let's say the user does not have multi-factor authentication, then once you click on this, you can enable that user for the multi-factor authentication. So that this is the last step. So once you're done with that, then you can just log into your Global Protect portal. Once you enter your Global Protect portal address within the this browser window, you will be redirected to the Microsoft login page. So since I have already logged in, I cannot get that. So that is the Microsoft Active Directory integration with Palo Alto Global Protect. I think you got the idea, and if you have any question, just put that in the comment section. Thank you for your time.